Greetings, everyone. Welcome. My name is Meenakshi, Angelic Alchemy Meenakshi, and welcome to my channel, Angelic Alchemy Holistic Healing. I also have a website by the same name, angelicalchemyholistichealing.com. A quick introduction of myself. I'm an aura practitioner, which is basically aura past life regressions, as well as a raw Reiki angelic healer and a quantum galactic Akashic reader. I'm also a spiritual alchemist and a channel to the divine. I ensure that I work on myself every single day in healing myself and cleansing myself and following a lifestyle that enables me to be a clear channel. Thank you for being here and following your heart here. I wanted to make a quick video about dragons and some information that I have about them that I thought would be beautiful to share with everyone. So a quick story, a backstory of how it all started. When I was waking up, one of the first few benevolent creatures that I met or I came across in my meditations, apart from a beautiful feline lion, was a dragon, one of my dragons. All I could see was her left eye, which it is a beautiful blue dragon, and she has beautiful blue eyes, and I could just see her eyelashes. I knew it instantly that it was a divine feminine, but I didn't know what it was, what this being was. And initially, because I was just starting new, I didn't know much about dragons. And growing up in a certain religion, we're not too aware of them, and we work more with the energies of the feline, which I was more connected with. And initially, I thought that I had landed in a negative dimension, and I was wondering who that being was. It was so huge. All I could see was the eye. But then I thought, I'm not feeling negativity. All I'm feeling is love. And I looked at its eye. It was the most benevolent, loving eye. Absolutely beautiful. And it was divine feminine. And I knew then that it was something really positive. But I went on a journey to discover it and find out more about it, because that is all that beautiful being was willing to disclose at that point. And so I began searching. And at that time, I wasn't aware of any spiritual communities or any groups that you could be a part of. I was pretty much on my own, being led by my guides who were giving me these little hints every now and then. And so I started to, find out who that being was. And I came across Rising Phoenix Aurora on YouTube, as she just made a video on dragons, and that video pulled up, and I heard her speaking about it, and I instantly, through my claircognizance, which is basically a sense of knowing, knew instantly that I just met my dragon, one of my dragons, because we can have multiple dragons. And so I was really excited that my dragon led me to my beautiful teacher, who I connected with and started to learn myself more through the beautiful teachings. So here I was, and then I started doing, more intentional meditations, trying to connect with the energy of this dragon. But I started connecting with not just this dragon, but I would meet other dragons that introduced themselves to me and their connection. And each time they came across, they would, give me a little gift or some sort of a memory, or, just love, just filling me up with love. And I remember one of them gave me this beautiful, it was a black crystal. It was round like a disc, and they made like a little necklace and energetically said it is for my protection. And my dragon put it around me, and it was a beautiful feeling. I remember climbing on the back of that dragon in my 3D form, so you can imagine I pretty much look like an ant, really tiny as compared to that dragon. I remember sliding off its left shoulder, trying to come down back onto earth. It was really funny, but it was really beautiful. So I've had some really fun moments with my dragon. And then during one of my meditations, I think this was close to when I was getting my teachings and getting attuned for aura to be a practitioner. Along with the angels, when I was talking to them, I heard the benevolent collective of dragons speaking with me, and they were talking to me about their role with me and the connection. They were trying to just bring back more memory, and that they're here to help us all and to help us awaken ourselves, and that they would be a part of the healings that I do, because that's what dragons do. They're absolutely beautiful, powerful, benevolent beings of our universe. And that's what they do. They heal us with the various elements that they are, and the wisdom that they hold is ancient. It's the oldest wisdom you will find in our universe, along with the angels of the 13th dimension. So I welcome them, and there's this beautiful, grand benevolence of collective of dragons that would go with me wherever I went. In those days, I was in my 3D job. I was working, and I would travel, commute by train, and these dragons would go with me in the train, and they would have so much fun because they were also like baby dragons with us. And I would, choose not to sit. I would just be in a corner somewhere from where I could see everyone else in the train. And when the train would fill up, they'd ask for permission from the higher selves of all the beings that were in the train, and those that gave permission, I could see them, channeling love light to those beings, trying to awaken them, heal them, whatever it is that their soul agreed to. And they would just travel back and forth to work, and have fun at work. I remember this beautiful dragon baby, I don't want to name it, but it's extremely naughty. This one came to work, and had boys at work. The guys, they were playing with a soft baseball, which they would toss around at work at each other, and they just wanted to relax, and it was their favorite pastime to do. And this baby dragon actually hit the ball the day it went to work with me. Next day, these guys couldn't find the ball, and they were like, "Where's the baseball?" They had the other ones to play with, but they were like, "Where's the baseball?" And it was nowhere to be found. And this naughty little baby dragon was responsible for it, because I made him own up, and he said, "Yes, I did it. I just wanted to have fun." I don't think we ever found the baseball again. So that's what they do. And they do sometimes like to, climb on your shoulder and just travel places with you and just make fun, have fun. So all they wanted to do was just be a part of, our life, and just have us remember them, and they could just be a part of it once more, just like we did in Lemurian times. And we welcomed it. And so here we are. We have a house full of dragons, dragon babies, different elements, colors, and they do their own thing. And it's really beautiful. When my children used to meditate initially, they would start giggling, and I'll tell them, "Don't get distracted, try to focus." And they'd be like, "Oh," because we named them, "This one's doing this one's doing this." And then I would call their dragon mama and say, "Okay, they need to sit down quietly." So then I would make them sit in my lap, and they knew that they were in trouble if they were in my lap. But it was fun. I love them. I love them to pieces. And then, just calling them over for love, and they would just line up. They're just so beautiful. So that's what they do. They exist with us, and they've always existed with us in the fifth dimension and above, where we come from. And over time, with the fall of Atlantis, as we started forgetting ourselves, we started forgetting our beautiful dragon companions, who basically are other versions of us. They are us in a dragon form, basically. Each one of us has a dragon form. So let me see if I have anything else to share about the naughty dragons. So that's what they do. And they also join healings, wherever, whichever client works with the energies of the dragons, if their higher selves permit, they join the healing sessions. And it just takes like sometimes seconds once they bring in the fire to transmute the artificial intelligence. And there they are. They're ready to do their work. And they're so excited about it. They just love it. They just love it. They just love it when we remember them, when we call for their help, and they want to join us. So that's what they do. They are here. The dragons are here. And the reason I wanted to make this video was because of some messages and a dream that I just had within these portal days of the 88222. So let me see what else I want to share about that. So sometime last year as well, around this portal date, the Lionsgate portal date, I'd started dreaming about dragons. I work a lot with the dragon energy. I'd started seeing them in my meditations and in my dream time, that there were dragons being born on Earth, because they do, like, angels and the galactics love using the portal dates to bring in more beautiful, benevolent energies onto Earth for the purpose of ascension, healing, and dragons have a major role to play in that, since they are one of the most ancient races within our universe. So last year as well, around this time, I had started, seeing a lot of dragons in my meditations and, visions and sleep time, dream time. And I remember seeing them in various forms. So when they come on Earth, they can, incarnate, because they can. Maybe I should just go back to, the story of when they existed, you know, just alongside us. Going back into the times of Lemuria and Mu and even Atlantis for the greatest part, before the fall happened. We existed with our dragons as us. Just like currently we have our animal companions with us. Dragons are not animals, they're a beautiful race of themselves. But I'm just giving you an example to understand what it feels like. Just like you have cats, dogs, or you have your other, rabbits or guinea pigs in your house who you love, you talk to, and you have a conversation with them. Similarly, we had our dragon companions with us at all times, and we spoke with each other, we did energy work together, we learned together, we played, we ate, we did all kinds of experiences together. And so there is a session that I have in my Aura Sessions playlist of a beautiful client that is a dragon herself, and she goes back into the lifetime of when she was a baby dragon, when humans and dragons existed together as one. And then when the dark beings started infiltrating onto Earth, into various dimensions, they started taking over the minds of the people, the reptilians and the archons, spreading the virus and getting people to, it's a very detailed session. I think you should watch it if you love dragons. As they started doing that, people started forgetting themselves and started becoming more reptilian in nature as the reptilians started integrating with them. And how this baby dragon remembers watching his father being killed mercilessly by the reptilians, and the humans that it was once friends with were clapping at that point. And it was really heartbreaking for this dragon baby, as well as for me, to go through that session. And as that happened, this baby dragon was, continued to live with its uncle, but they moved from the lands. They moved back into the mountains, higher mountains, into the caves. And then eventually, when they saw that humans were forgetting themselves, they thought it was more dangerous for them to just exist, because the reptilians and the dark forces would have come for them, and who they were for, the humans had forgotten them. And so they flew back and they moved back, shifted dimensions, back to their realm where they existed. And then within that session, we go into the realm where they existed and how they lived. And we talk about female dragons and male dragons. So beautiful information there if you want to watch. And so that's how it was. That's what life was like with dragons. And then when the fall of Atlantis happened, everything turned, and we no longer held the memory of who we were. People started forgetting who they were, and not only forgetting themselves. Of course, if they were forgetting themselves, they were forgetting their beautiful companions, their dragon companions, and their phoenixes, and everything else that was around them, all the magical creatures, all the other races that were existing here on Earth with them. They forgot about them. I remember having this dream, I think a year and a half back, where in the first half of my dream, I was in Lemuria. And then we also had these creatures around us, and with beautiful wings. Phoenixes are peacocks on Earth, kind of remind me of phoenixes. Peacock has always been my favorite bird here because of that. So that's how we existed as, and we had these beautiful companions around us. And then in my dream, they shifted to show what happened when the fall of Atlantis happened. We forgot ourselves, and then the huge dragons and the huge phoenixes that were then became smaller creatures around us, because they had to take some sort of form to be around us and for their own experiences, as well as to help us remember ourselves, so that we could reach these times of ascension when we are ascending every single day. So they've been waiting for this time. And then I saw myself in the second part of the dream. I was walking in a beautiful orchard of fruit trees, and then I saw this beautiful multicolored parrot. It was this big, and it was really beautiful. And then I saw a flash of the parrot turning into a phoenix, and then shrinking back into a parrot. And I was like, oh, so the big birds of the Lemuria are now in smaller forms, just like the big us then, who were the priestesses and the priests and incarnations of the archangels, the councils, the Council of 12, and all the various roles that we have. We have incarnated and taken smaller avatars as we are right now. Similarly, the bigger birds and phoenixes and dragons have taken similar forms. That's what the dream was about. And I love Aurora also shared in her beautiful channeling of, I think it was the Land of Mu, where the magical creatures of then talk about it. And they share about what it was like when they were here and then what happened to them. So it's a beautiful channeling to watch. Very awakening and painful because, you know, you lost all of that, but also encouraging because we're regaining all of that back. So that's my little story about dragons and phoenixes. And then last year I dreamt of them again coming, birthing on earth. There were more cats and dogs coming in the form of dragons. And it was really beautiful because, you know, I also went on my search to get my beautiful kittens, and it was a beautiful story of how, you know, the angels led me to it. I remember them saying in meditation, you know, the dragons are here, and also saying, you know, showing me in dream time exactly what they look like. And I would see them very often till I actually brought them in. So that's who they are. They are our beautiful companions. So I quickly wanted to share this this year as well. Just about a week back, I started sensing and feeling the energy of dragons. You know, I do see from my third eye too, but I also, along the way, after overcoming, you know, everybody wants to see, and after overcoming the want to see it, I want to be clairvoyant, I want to see it, I realized that the sense of feeling and knowing is a very powerful clair, and that's something I work towards and activated within myself upon healing myself and stepping into my sovereignty and empowerment. Um, I could sense and feel the dragon energy increasing and expanding on Earth. And one of these, I think it was one of the heat days that just went by. I think a week back we had really hot days. It's a very warm day today as well. We had heat waves, and one day I was meditating and I intuitively started communicating with the dragons, and I don't remember the whole channeled message that I was giving to them or I was receiving to them, because it felt like I was conversating with them, but I was also like within them as, you know, a group, and like talking to them like a friend. And I remember saying, rise, dragons, rise, connect with your humans and connect and find your soulmates and find the ones that you're meant to be with. Help them remember you as you remember them. Bring in your love and ignite that love here upon earth. I remember saying something to that effect. And then I opened my eyes and I was like, huh, why did I do that? And the angels laughed. And then the Divine Mother spoke and she said, the dragons are here. More dragons are here. And I said, I can sense them and feel them. And then we shot to the hottest day, I think, of the year. It was extremely hot. I remember, you know, even at the park, there were little baby toddlers also saying explicitly that it's hot. And so I came home and, you know, I asked for their assistance. I said, if this heat energy and this heat wave is needed for ascension, it's great, it's beautiful, but without infringing on anyone's energies, without, you know, harming anyone, with the permission of the higher selves, whoever wants it, if you can just balance the energies of this heat wave and balance it and make it more easy, you know, for people to bear, make it more comfortable. And I remember working with the rain dragons and the wind dragons and a little bit of the ice dragons to bring in a little bit of cooling as much as they could without infringing or interfering with anything that had to happen. You know, the angels, of course, you know, were there working on it. And this was in the evening, and next day, um, literally the temperatures dropped. It was a cooler day, and I didn't share it with anyone, but I had my children walk up to me and say, whoa, today is such a big difference. You know, we're feeling cooler. It's such a beautiful day and we feel much better. And so I reminded them as well to work with the dragons and, you know, bring in their energies. And that's what they do. They alchemize. And that's what we do as alchemists. We alchemize, you know, anything that needs to be changed form. You know, if there's too much fire, you want to bring about balance with water, you can do that. If there's, you know, too much darkness and negativity, you want to send a wave of love, you alchemize it. And that's what dragons do. They are one of the greatest and most beautiful, benevolent, loving, heart-centered alchemists of our creation. So I also had a dream. So after this message from the Divine Mother that the dragons are here, just on the 5th of August morning, I woke up with a beautiful dream. And in my dream, I was walking on a street and I saw this beautiful a puppy just walk by my side. It was really tiny, like literally like a ball of fur. It took me a few seconds to tell that it was a puppy. And I said, oh my gosh, this is a puppy, and it's a new one puppy. And I looked around as I picked it up and I said, I don't see the rest of the litter. I don't see the mother. Where is the mother? What do I do with this? I need to take this puppy back to its litter. It's going to be lost. And then the scene changes, and then I see the mother, and I see lots and lots of puppies. I see puppies everywhere of all kinds, colors that you can name, breeds. And there was this mother, and some of them were sleeping, some of them were walking. And I remember looking at them saying, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. I hope they go to great homes, and I'm sure they will. And I just sent them love. And then I said, there's so many. I remember saying that. I was like, wow, there's so many of them. And then I woke up. And so, just like all other dreams, I love going back and checking in with the angels to see what the dreams were like, dream reading. And they confirmed that the dragons are here, and more dragons have come in with this beautiful portal of the 88222 to aid ascension, to meet the humans that are here, and to help help us awaken to their reality, and bringing in that remembrance. And not only that, but they're basically working with the energy of the earth, frequency of earth, lifting it every second of the day with their beautiful energies, giving love and transmuting negative artificial intelligence, closing dark portals, holding fort, protecting positive portals. So at the moment, earth is basically surrounded by beautiful dragons in this beautiful wave that has come through this portal, and they shall continue to do their work just like all of us are going to be doing, until it is time for us to ascend and rise with them. And rise we shall, all together with the Divine Mother Earth, Gaia, all of us. Beautiful. So that's what I wanted to share. So if you haven't brought home a dragon yet, go ahead and connect with your dragon in meditation. Ask your dragon to lead you to the physical form that it is here in, that they are here in, whether they're dogs or kittens or maybe guinea pigs, or they could be rabbits. They can take various forms. So go ahead and ask them to lead you to them, and they will do that, and you will feel their energy and their benevolence within your home, and they run around, and the love that you emanate from your heart for them will be felt by your dragons in the ether. Thank you infinitely for listening. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Have a beautiful portal date. And as we know, it's not just one single date, it's going to ripple across the month. Love you, honor you, and respect you infinitely. Thank you. My feline wanted to show through my hair, so my hair are all over the place today, and I'm letting them be. Enjoy yourselves. Love you. Thank you.